Hello and welcome back to another game on Arena 1v1 between JonSlow and D3rp. Once again, going for it, we have JonSlow in green as the Burgundians, D3rp in yellow as the Sicilians, and that's why I wanted to cast this game, because I've done this before, Burgundians against Sicilians, and I'm really not sure how much better Burgundians are than Sicilians. They should be better. On paper, they got decent monks, as far as I remember. Earlier economy upgrades, cavalry civilization, can go for cavalier and castle age, have the Custodians and the stronger hand cannoneers, obviously. Sicilians, infantry civilization, donjons should be interesting. Donjon rush, sergeant rush, something like that. That's their go-to unit. And also, wait, no, what was it? They get arbalest, as far as I remember. Don't get all upgrades on those. Let me quickly watch. And first crusade, that's something really interesting, to get 10 sergeants from each TC, up to 5 TCs possible here. Also TCs building faster and more food on the farms when upgraded, something like that. So let's find out. D3rp with the main stone, quite safe in the back here. Deer going, getting lured towards the TC already. Second gold safe in the back, main gold on the side. Not too far forward, but not really in the back either. Second stone forward outside. Third gold on the right hand side outside as well. You have one really close to his base, extra gold and extra stone. Really close for him too. Then there's one more relic in a neutral zone, but yeah, I guess a little bit closer to him. This one too. And this one between the two players also slightly closer, it feels, to D3rp's base. But that's alright, I think. Extra stone here. And then JonSlow with the second stone outside on that same side. Third gold on the same side outside forwardish. Extra gold here, one very close to his base. Second gold forwardish on the side. Main stone, main gold. Safe in the back. Somewhat safe in the back. Not quite sure about this one. 3 deer, maybe 4. I can see 3 for now. Maybe lured one in already. Close to the TC. And both players are going for a standard fast castle age, I hope at least. I don't see any trush coming up. I'm expecting to see a stable for JonSlow, which would be the standard approach. We could see the late Imperial Age into like double castle Custodian production with a very good economy to get some good attack going. We could see an earlier imp into Sergeant Rush from 5 TCs for D3rp. We could see a lot. We could see monks from JonSlow. I think Burgundians have decent monks. Sicilians not so much. Sicilians get, did I see the correct? Siege rams, onager, heavy scorpions, but no bombard cannons, no siege onagers. So their siege not the best at all, but not too bad either. We have D3rp going up to feudal age on 25 population, 25 plus 2 possible here. Looks like a mini boom approach to me. Maybe some form of castle and earlier impossible. As for JonSlow, he has the barracks, he's going up on 28 plus 2, makes sense, and we're going to see the stable for him. And we're going to see JonSlow trying to get a lot of relics, because you get extra food as well as gold for those, so Burgundians definitely want to go for the relics here. D3rp probably wants to stop this. Maybe we could see a stable later on. We have the castle age upgrade for D3rp incoming already. 28 villages, 28 population, 27 villages, and there is a barracks to get some spearmen out. It makes sense to fight for these relics. As for JonSlow, stable blacksmith, nothing special, a few farms up already. And we do see loom coming up, which is interesting, not quite sure why. Maybe he didn't have the food that he needed and had a lot of gold. Really curious to see where he's going with this. For D3rp, we should see spearman production starting, going to finish the last forage bush, and then there was there a fight? No, it was just JonSlow hitting the walls, and we have the monastery coming up for D3rp immediately after hitting castle age. JonSlow going for the second wood upgrade already, not quite sure when he did the first one. And we're going to see the hunting of the scouts with the spearmen. Now JonSlow is saying, okay, you have spearmen on the field, but I'm going to try and do my best to stop you from taking any relics. Then again, the first monk is on the way. And there's 2 spearmen already protecting that other relic really close to D3rp's base. For JonSlow, we're still waiting for castle age, obviously. And JonSlow has 2 of these scouts now. Does he have more? More on the way, probably. Yeah, there's a third one on the field now, but only in his base. And D3rp, as he's up to castle age, is not going for any TCs yet, but maybe here, maybe somewhere here, maybe on the gold, maybe on the main stone even. D3rp now going with the Bosa upgrade, so he is actually delaying his second and third TC for a little bit instead. He wants to make sure to get some of these relics, doesn't want to give all of them. And it looks like he should be able to grab 2 of these without too much trouble. There's now 4 Scout Cav on the field, Light Cav upgrade on the way for JonSlow, which makes sense. Loom also for D3rp incoming, interesting. So maybe they're expecting actually 1 villager moving out, so I guess it makes sense. She's going with a house here. Does D3rp want to go for a siege warrior? No, I think D3rp realized, okay, there's scouts on the way, Light Cav on the way, I need to stay inside, I cannot move out right now. We have a Mangonel on the way for JonSlow, so he's got a siege workshop back at home actually. Is that an aggressive Mangonel, like go for a siege workshop at home but move forward? Or is this just in case defend against an upcoming, let's say, siege tower rush, something like that? Not quite sure what that Mangonel is doing. For now, D3rp has 1 relic, and he is going with a monk and 3 spearmen to try and grab the next one, which is quite far away from JonSlow's arena, actually, from JonSlow's map. We have another monk incoming with a relic, which JonSlow should not be able to stop. I'm not even sure if he can see it. He might not have seen that relic, and D3rp therefore will have 3 relics at least, which is good for him. JonSlow has a second TC up on the wood line. Maybe a third TC coming up on the main gold. I don't like this, because this is almost a Bua TC. Should have gone 1 more tile towards the left, and he could fit farms around this. But okay, not ideal, not too bad either, I guess. This TC, it has a lot of space for farms. There's a little bit of wood adjacent to the TC. I guess it's alright. And we have a monk going down to 1 Light Cav left. Therefore, D3rp needs to put in a little bit more effort to try and get this relic in, and that monk is definitely falling, so we have 2 relics still for D3rp. I think JonSlow should be with 1 somehow. No, he doesn't have a relic yet. Interesting. And yeah, the spearmen are fighting one of these crocodiles. They are patrolling the relic now, and D3rp will try to get this relic. He's going to send another monk in very soon. As of now, the siege workshop is coming up in the middle, so JonSlow actually with a good idea to go with the defensive siege workshop. Interesting to see that D3rp is actually moving for that forward siege workshop without too much military, other than the spearmen obviously, and with only 2 TCs. I'm really curious to see what the plan is for him. Maybe you want to go and invest into dungeons in late Castle Age. It's a possibility. We have a Mangonel on the way now. We have the Light Cav running away from the spearman, makes sense. Another monk to try and grab this relic, but JonSlow is on the way to stop this, to interfere here, and that monk should go down. Nice split move here. The monk is definitely falling, only 30 HP. Sicilians do get the Sanctity upgrade, but it's also 2 Light Cav falling once again. And I think that's a decent trade for D3rp. JonSlow is standing a monk now. He's got the 3 TCs up and running. Is he on stone yet? Not that I can see. So he's not thinking about a castle yet. I think I can move a little bit faster once again to see if and when D3rp is actually going to get this relic. JonSlow should be able to bring this one home. Mangonel is attacking the walls now. There's the defensive Mangonel from JonSlow. Is he going to get this Mangonel down? Yeah, easy. One-shot it. A lot of spearmen on the field. No pikemen yet. Might be an option here, but it's not really needed, I guess. And the Mangonel once again is starting to attack these walls. JonSlow is saying, yeah, let me try this again. I want to stop this Mangonel from attacking my walls, and that's 2 for none. Very strong. JonSlow actually able to grab this relic a little bit earlier than D3rp, but D3rp is moving ahead, to moving after this monk to try and stop it from getting home. That monk has 30 HP only, and it looks like JonSlow is actually stealing this relic. Poor monk. D3rp was a little bit too slow, and he's being pushed away from the attack with the Mangonels. So no attack for him here. We have the 30C now up and running. D3rp should not be ahead in villagers, and JonSlow has indeed 6 more villagers at this point in the game. But D3rp 4 TCs now, and we could see the castle and the... Is it First Crusade to get these sergeants in? That's a possibility, and I would really like to see it. JonSlow for now, with 3 TC still, I think he should be thinking about a castle. He is on stone, and probably about Imperial Age 2. Let's find out. We don't see TC number 4 here, so it's the 3 TC mini-boom approach. It's not going to go full Coastal Years. And more Mangonel fights happening. Another Mangonel going down. JonSlow with very strong Mangonel micro in this game. I'm impressed, to say the least. And that ramp cannot really do a lot, because it could attack the walls, but it would go down really fast. And D3rp also lost quite a few of these spearmen, so KD 10 against 20 or 19 against 10, that's a very good statistic for JonSlow here at this point in the game. We have D3rp with, is it 5 TCs already? It's 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 4 TCs. University coming up, both players on the way up to Imperial Age. And now it's getting interesting, because there is more Mangonels in that siege workshop. We have JonSlow with a castle coming up somewhere, maybe. He's going for Archer Rangers first. No castle yet. I'm surprised, to say the least. I think he should build that castle, because once he's up to Imperial Age, he would like to have that castle up. He's going with a forward castle, which is dangerous. D3rp is not on stone, at least not enough to get a castle himself. Or does he have one? He has one castle. Okay, I stand corrected, and I'm not surprised here. The castle's up for D3rp in a very nice position, defending that second stone, making sure that D3rp can go for more either castles or maybe donjons to produce sergeants. And we could see the first crusade upgrade in a pretty big attack in early Imperial Age. So let's find out what D3rp is going to do now. Chemistry on the way for him, chemistry on the way for JonSlow too. Both players going for gunpowder units. Wait, do the Sicilians actually get hand cannoneers? No, and no bombard cannons as far as I remember, so I'm not quite sure what chemistry is actually doing here. Maybe for the mangonels to give them a little bit more attack, not quite sure. We have the infantry upgrades coming up for D3rp, so he is definitely going for the sergeants here, and he's going for barracks, so standard infantry or maybe halberdiers from the barracks, and we could of course see more sergeants from the castle or from potentially upcoming donjons here. We have enough stone for another castle for D3rp. JonSlow, the right hand side, fighting against the pikemen, converting it actually. Is he going for the Custodians? Are we going to see hand cannoneers only for now? No cavalry units yet, and a lot of resources in the bank. Look at this, it's just beautiful. And by beautiful I mean, yeah, maybe you should invest a little bit more. JonSlow with only one castle. TC coming up on that third gold forward. Interesting position. It's quite in the open. There's a castle behind it, but to defend it, you need to have a castle in front of it. A few houses coming up in the open field to give him some vision, to get some more population space. And we do see archer ranges for D3rp. What's the plan here? Are we going to see arbalest? It's an option, and then chemistry would make sense. I like the arbalest choice. Archer production starting, because it's going to be good against hand cannoneers and at least decent against Custodians. Not quite sure how their stats are defensively. That's 2 pierce armor. I guess Elite also only has 2. Halberdy upgrade coming in. The game is still going slow. Both players are preparing their armies kind of. Bombard cannon production starting for JonSlow, which will be his choice of siege, and that makes sense. A trebuchet to hit that siege workshop, and more barracks and archer ranges coming up here for D3rp. So he is just gathering his army, going for the foot soldiers against hand cannoneers, of course, also foot soldiers and bombard cannons. And I'm really wondering about the cavalry. Are we going to see cavalry units from JonSlow? He's going with the castle on the right hand side, also protecting his second stone. Makes a lot of sense. And there's a few arbalests now moving forward to try and micro against these bombard cannons, try and take them down. Let's see. Yeah, the 6 arbalests won't be enough, so you need to go back. Maybe the split move. Beautiful. Halberdiers on the left hand side, approaching that castle. They are too late. That castle is going up, and D3rp is moving back here. He knows he cannot attack this, but there is a trebuchet for him, and he's going to start and take this castle really soon. We have arbalists and halberdiers on the field, not going for sergeants here. I would love to see them, but I guess it makes sense to go with the halberdiers and arbalist first. Then again, we have JonSlow with the elite Custodian upgrade, so we are going to see cavalry units eventually, which is nice. But the castle is under heavy attack, and that's, well, it's under attack. That's one trebuchet. We have hand cannoneers and bombard cannons moving forward. This could be interesting, because the bombard cannons, if they're hitting, they are hitting hard, and that's a good amount of arbalists going down. Bombard cannons, 3 of them remaining. Halberdiers moving in. The halberdiers should die really fast. 17+4 attack on these hand cannoneers, and that's only 2 bombard cannons left. The hand cannoneers are doing a good job here, actually. Halberdiers don't stand a chance, and the arbalists are going down. That's a better fight for JonSlow in this case, and JonSlow should be happy about this. He's also able to keep his castle repaired, but there's Onager on the field now, and this should be interesting. Onager might do the trick here. Ooh, that could have been a big shot. The next one should be a big one, as JonSlow is approaching, but he's not taking big hits from the Onagers. Nice micro here, one split move. And now we have Custodians, elite Custodians on the field with 11+30 attack right now. Not quite sure. Are they charging more than 30? I think so. But let's find out. Elite Skirmisher upgrade on the way for JonSlow too. Is that Elite Skirmisher? Yes, it is. And the castle is standing. So for now, D3rp, friendly fire killed his trebuchet because the Custodians were attacking it. And JonSlow is going with forward siege workshop. Arbalest and halberdiers not really doing a trick at this point in the game. And JonSlow has definitely a good advantage here, also military numbers wise. Villager wise, D3rp is ahead, but it's not a big problem at this point because JonSlow is not yet attacking D3rp's base, and D3rp has a really nice fortress here, a castle with a lot of military buildings around. I like this layout a lot. The Custodians now moving in to try and take down the Onager and potentially the Trebuchet. The Arbalists in the meantime are doing quite some damage on those. That's 6 pierce armor but 10 attack, and the Custodians only, what is that, 145 HP, even elite. That's not too much for a heavy cavalry unit. Of course, they're not as heavy as, let's say, Frankish paladins. And D3rp at this point is saying, okay, my Arbalists got defeated in a earlier fight, in an earlier battle, but now I'm back, and now I'm going to attack your units. JonSlow, of course, with the elite skirmishes on the field. I'm not quite sure, do the Burgundians get siege rams? That might be an option against this army, but Onager is also on the field. There's still 2 sergeants standing around doing nothing really, and I think D3rp is still going for more Onagers. Let's find out. And going for more trebuchets to now move on the left-hand side, and I think he should wall this. Get a villager, you have a few villagers around, wall the trebuchets in, make sure that the bombard cannons cannot really do any damage by, let's say, protecting it with the halberdiers or arbalest, and that castle should fall now. I think this castle was a little too far forward maybe, and it's hard to defend because JonSlow's main army is in the middle. It's now trying to charge against these arbalists, maybe against the Onager, and the Custodians are actually able to take down that Onager without too much trouble, but JonSlow is losing a lot of them in the meantime. There's also an Onager that is dying really fast here. Nice usage of the cavalry units. At the same time, that castle on the top is going down. That was 3 trebuchets. That was enough. These traps should fall. Yeah, the Custodians are taking good care of these, and there's 2 trebuchets remaining, which D3rp is going to send back here. So JonSlow -1 castle, but with map control kind of still, and he's on 185 population, D3rp on 188, so a neck-and-neck battle, and the score is very, very close. Just changed, D3rp now in the score lead by just a little bit of a few hundred points maybe. The thing is, military number-wise, JonSlow is now not behind. D3rp is catching up here, and there's an archer again on the field to hit those elite skirmishers, and they are falling now. Elite Custodians moving forward, D3rp using his arbalest, and the bombard cannons are not really good enough against these arbs. At this point in the game, I think it would be nice for JonSlow to transition into hussars. JonSlow with a very good amount of food in the bank, hussars for the Burgundians, of course, the cheaper upgrades get everything but bloodlines, I think, and should be a nice addition to the army of JonSlow. Elite skirmishers, of course, doing some damage against these arbalists, but it looks like D3rp with the Onager is actually able to get rid of most of these. Now, at this point in the game, he's losing quite a few of arbalists. He's, of course, sacrificing his halberdiers against these Custodians, and we have JonSlow now again regaining some map control, going with another castle next to this TC. Lightcav actually coming in from D3rp. I think he doesn't get hussars, but Lightcav is a good addition against the elite skirmishers. And we have 2 trebuchets from D3rp hitting these siege workshops first. 3 bombard cannons on the field for JonSlow. 4, 5 actually. Does he want to go for Onager too? It's possible, but there's only a mangonel for now. And the halberdiers and Lightcav are moving forward to attack these bombard cannons and try to take them down. And it looks like JonSlow is not protecting his bombard cannons well enough, because this one should fall. Yeah, that was the arbalest now. This one is falling, and the arbalest are actually surviving. So D3rp is taking really good fights here, and therefore still in the score lead by a little bit, but nice fights here. Now JonSlow is saying, I'm moving forward as you overextended your attack, and these arbalests could get attacked by the elite skirmishers, but for now it's the trebuchets that JonSlow is targeting. JonSlow lost most of his Custodians, and there's more Lightcav coming up on the left hand side. D3rp now with a clear military advantage of more than 20 units. And JonSlow, what are you doing? You're producing Custodians. Are we going to see, yeah, halberdiers for him against the Lightcav, but no hussars, and I'm a little disappointed. I would like to see hussars here, because I think they could give JonSlow an advantage. Like this, we have JonSlow on the right hand side, friendly mining gold next to TC from D3rp. D3rp didn't see this, so he's actually not attacking here, but D3rp is saying, I have bigger things to think about. I'm thinking about taking on this castle. I'm using one of my remaining trebuchets, the only one, I guess, as gold is probably running low. Oh, D3rp with almost 3 castles in the bank. That's 2 and maybe a dungeon or 2, but he's using his gold for siege units, and he wants to make sure that he can keep his Arbalest around. He's got an extra gold here to mine. He's got this extra gold, which is he is still mining, and he's going for a castle now to guard this gold. JonSlow is realizing this in time, is moving back. He's gonna get that gold that the villagers are carrying, and he is actually defending his castle using a trebuchet of his own now. There's also a bombard cannon here. He's got a few helps. He's got a good amount of these elite crystaliers now with 11 plus 34 attack, which is so damn much. But you should not waste this on the light cav, or maybe you should actually. No, he's moving around. He's trying to get to the trebuchets and onagers immediately, and that's a big fight now. Look at this, trebuchets going down so fast. The onagers are next, but the Arbalest are making sure that this doesn't go unpunished, which means JonSlow is going to lose quite a few of these elite custodians too. And of course the halberdiers fighting now. Lightcap from D3rp went down, he's sending more elite skirmishers following up. This could be a very important fight in this game, as D3rp now is saying, yeah, you have elite skirmishers, but maybe too many. D3rp is adding in his own elite skirmishers actually. And the light cav moving forward. So we're now in a position where both players are really low on gold, and now it would be interesting to see the first crusade upgrade. Because imagine, you're on 195 population, you're doing first crusade, maybe you have 5 TCs and suddenly you're on 245. That's how it's working, right? That's how you get the sergeants. They're not elite then. If you could get them elite and then do first crusade, that could be a game changer. Same for JonSlow, if he went for infantry upgrades and he's got halberdiers, which are probably fully upgraded. Now they're missing some defense upgrades, but then go for the Flemish Revolution. That could also make a good difference. And I'm not quite sure, damn it. I'm not quite sure if JonSlow went for the Burgundian vineyards, is it called? To get gold for food. Maybe he did. I missed it. Actually, I want to look it up. I'm really curious now, sorry for that. But I want to see if he did that upgrade already, and he did not. So he's gonna get, is it 2 food for 1 gold? The other way around. So he could get a lot more gold if he went for that upgrade. He's on 200 population, so maybe he could afford it. A lot of wood, not so much food, but enough to maybe add in a few hussars too, which he won't do, I guess. And now, yeah, what are you doing? D3rp is trying to move around, but he doesn't have siege with him, so there's nothing to find. Trebuchet to hit the walls, the houses, doesn't really do a lot either. We have a little bit of a ceasefire, and D3rp is going with more barracks here. Lightcav moving back, and both players are trying to gather their armies. But look at that, population-wise, identical, pretty much. 69 military for both, beautiful, 130 or 131 villagers. And the game is as even as it could be. Resource-wise, D3rp looking good right now. Everything on quadruple digits, except for gold, but almost. JonSlow a bit lower on gold. He is still queuing elite crystaliers, and his castle is under attack. This could be dangerous. Where is his army? His army is on the south. He was actually able to take down that castle. He's attacking the TC now, wants to go for the rest of that gold, and that's actually worth it. But in the meantime, he's losing a castle in the middle, and that's not good, because he doesn't have fast units, or at least not too many of those. I don't see too many crystaliers on the field, and his halberdiers and elite skirmishers won't be able to take down these trebuchets. So right now, that castle is under attack, and there's only 250 stone remaining, and JonSlow is planning to repair this castle. Therefore, he needs to sacrifice a little bit of army here, and D3rp will have a really good fight going with the Arbalest and elite skirmishers behind this. Onager could go down, it's close. Nope, surviving, really nice to see. And D3rp is moving in with another forward castle. And this one might be danger for JonSlow, as this forward castle, before the trebuchets, allows D3rp to forever attack JonSlow's castle. JonSlow is saying, yeah, I have trebuchets too, so I'm going to attack your newly built castle. I want to stop it, or take it down as soon as possible. But the castle is up, and now we're going to see a very interesting battle in a very nice position for JonSlow, technically, but D3rp with the better army, I feel, or maybe more army in one spot. Actually, I don't see all JonSlow's army here, so maybe he doesn't really have the better standpoint. Both castles are on the merge going down, call it like that, and we have another bombard cannon for JonSlow going in. We've seen those before. One monk to heal some units, nice to see. Orange is moving forward, but they can't move too far forward, and that castle is in 68 HP. JonSlow is out of stone, no more repairing, and D3rp has enough for another castle actually. So that's another castle going down, and JonSlow now is going for, ooh, there it was. That was the Flemish Revolution. Let it happen. There it is. We are going to see the Flemish militia. JonSlow, let me find out, has almost no food in the bank. That's dangerous because this is an all-in move, and now D3rp needs to defend. That's all he needs to do. He's microing his Arbalest, which is a very smart idea, and JonSlow is trying to get his attack going now, but I think it was not the perfect time to do this, and I would love to see D3rp going with the first Crusade now. That would be amazing, but he doesn't have gold. He could maybe afford it, I'm not quite sure. Did he go for that upgrade? I didn't see it, and I don't think I've seen too many Sergeant in this matchup. That might be an option for him now to go for the counter unique tag. For now, he's hiding in between those buildings, and the Flemish militia, even though fully upgraded, are falling quite fast. Arbalest are good against these units. JonSlow is following up with the Trebuchet, Bombard Cannon, a Monk in between, and there is D3rp trying to go with forward siege workshops. Interesting to see. Light Cav against Flemish militia. Do they get any bonus attack? One Flemish militia surviving. In the middle, we have the Arbalest still firing away at everything, but as Bombard Cannons moving forward, and that's danger. We have JonSlow with 2 Trebuchets now. He should be able to take down the castle, and this is really interesting to see as JonSlow is, let's see, how many villagers? 19. He got 19 villagers, so he's getting more food in now and wants to rebuild his economy. Left hand side has 2 castles for D3rp, a lot of stables here. Of course, he had to have some production buildings, and that castle is going down, but D3rp actually is not losing too much. JonSlow is not even close to his walls, and population-wise is at 164. That's not too much. D3rp on the other side, let's find out. 184, that's 113 villagers, and still enough military units to defend. And those Arbalest, they have proven to be really damn effective in this game. Even against the elite skirmishers, D3rp will be fine here. They've killed so many Halberdiers, Flemish militia, and even Custodiers. D3rp with a really nice micro, and he is able to defend from the Flemish Revolution. JonSlow will score it, but it doesn't really say a lot. And now I would love to see D3rp go with that first Crusade. He's producing Sergeant, he doesn't have elite sergeants yet, but boy, that would be fun. Like, I would love to see this as a counter measurement, as a counter measure, call it like that, to see Flemish militia against the first Crusade sergeants. That would be beautiful. D3rp actually still using his Arbalest, and he's got only 11 of them left. JonSlow with the better military here, with the better military numbers, but D3rp not even getting attacked inside his economy, inside his walls, and he's moving on the right side to build another castle. He's starting to raid using light cav. He's starting to take these walls using capped rams. JonSlow's economy is open, and yeah, there's not too many villagers to raid, but JonSlow could lose quite a few military units, military buildings, and even villagers, which would hurt even more. And D3rp actually able to defend here. So the Flemish Revolution, maybe not the best timing on that one. It looked beautiful, but now D3rp, even though he's not inscored it, I think he's ahead. It feels like he's in a better position because he's got 3 times the villagers and the same military numbers. So JonSlow now needs to rebuild his economy as fast as possible. 24 villagers on food only. He's going to produce more of them, but there's also a few idle villagers, which is definitely not good. That's not the way you should play this. And D3rp needs to maybe group a little bit more army and then start to attack. He should have the economy advantage now. He should be able to take this game, because what can JonSlow do now? There's no more gold left. He's got almost 800 gold in the bank, but he doesn't have food to produce military units. Even the Halberdiers and elite skirmishers cost some food. He's going for more trebuchets. Elite custodiers too expensive, and D3rp maybe needs to find a little bit more gold, go for a trebuchet or 2, and try to take the remaining castle here, maybe the military buildings. For now, he's taking his time. D3rp has map control with that forward castle, which JonSlow is going to try to attack using a trebuchet now, but D3rp is sending in the light cav and also the elite skirmishers. Doesn't have a lot of Arbalest left, if at all, but JonSlow is calling the GG, realizing my opponent has an advantage. D3rp has the better economy now with even more military units probably, yeah. And D3rp defended this really well using a lot of Arbalest, which I think really won him the game. I'm a little bit disappointed to not have seen the first Crusade, and I'm pretty sure he didn't do it because I think I would have noticed the sergeants. But it was a hell of a beautiful game in my opinion. No monks this time, doesn't really matter. That's what you get on Arena. You get a lot of different strategies, a lot of different options to play. And I hope you enjoyed this game. See you on the next ones. GG.